Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back again to my channel. My name is Jen, and if this is your first time here, please don't forget to like this video, subscribe, comment, and share. So you guys, today we're going to be talking about Cardi B, why she's a problem, and why I believe this is all alleged, by the way. She is here to basically destroy the black community and to pretty much be a stereotype of being a black woman without actually being a black woman. So let's get straight into it. So first things first, I want to note that I am not a fan of Cardi B's music, and if you see that as bias, oh well, but I was never a fan and I'm still not a fan of her music. I believe that her music is actually quite degenerate and it targets black people as a whole, especially women of a younger age group. And it makes them believe that the fast life is going to give them the gratification that they're looking for in the long run. Her music basically talks about instant gratification. It doesn't talk about the long-term effects. It doesn't talk about how society can view you for the decisions that you make. Cardi B's music is not a reflection of what you want your kids to think that life actually is. Neither do you want your kids to go on the path that she had to go on when she was out there on those streets and doing weird things for money. You guys get the gist, but we are still gonna get into some of the stuff that she did, okay? So to me, I believe that rap music as a whole has pretty much went downhill. It's at an all-time low, and because we no longer look for talent, we no longer look for depth, we no longer look for people of substance. You only really need a viral hit, aka Ice Spice and people of that nature, and you also need a hard beat, you know, that beat that's just for the club and all of that, just to be a music superstar these days. Even though you have the lyrics, when you listen to them, are actually dumpster fire trash ass lyrics. So I guess that doesn't really matter in music anymore. You just need that hard beat. You don't really need talent or anything like that, but to each its own. I also noticed that the lyrics to her music are what actually impacts people's minds, which is why she doesn't really care about being a lyricist. She's just here to make the hits. She's just here to make the money, and her lyrics make no actual sense when you say them out loud. So it speaks volumes as to what she's really here for. She's just here to basically take from the culture and sell you nonsense, and you just recite it without actually thinking, what am I reciting here? Does this actually make sense for me to be reciting? I.e. WAP and all of the other nonsense that she's put out here for the young minds to consume, even though she'll tell you, hey, my music is not for kids. But hey, Cardi, why does the media push your music to kids? That's something you should be asking yourself instead of saying, hey, my music is not for kids. I'll tell you one thing, a kid will know the song WAP before they can actually solve a math equation. And that's quite a scary situation, okay? She's loud, she's ghetto, she's inappropriate, she says outlandish things that make absolutely no sense. And the media mask it up to being funny or being a character. Like, Cardi is just, no, she's just vulgar to me, and I just don't like that type of energy. And I can see it just from how she speaks from within her soul and her spirit. Like, when you're angry, what you say will actually speak to who you really are. And the thing that lady says whenever she's pissed off, I just step back and think to myself, my God, if she can speak to a stranger like this, can you imagine how she speaks to somebody that may be her family or her friend that has wronged her? This lady is really wild, and nobody has really checked her, and she thinks that she's above it all, but no, you're not, ma'am. You need to check yourself and to go to a therapist and figure out why your heart is that evil. I'm sorry, like, some of the stuff you say, I would never even like think in my head to say out loud. And we're gonna get into that a little bit later. She's the media's caricature of a black woman with a lighter skin to sell an illusion and poison the black community. And unfortunately, it has worked so far, but a lot of people are starting to open their eyes to who Cardi B really is. The media has also used her to get votes amongst black people. I don't know what that was about. You guys remember that she was actually talking to Joe Biden during his election run, and that really threw me off, because it's like, why are we taking political advice from the likes of a Cardi B? And was this supposed to be a joke? Was this supposed to be a slap in the face of black people who actually take politics seriously? Like, Cardi B, of all people, somebody who can't even form a coherent sentence, is who we're going to be taking political advice from, and who Joe Biden is pushing to poison the black community and to push them down into a point of no return. I just don't believe that any black woman of a dark-skinned complexion would have gotten away with robbing and drugging men, wishing somebody's mom AIDS, talking about the dead, calling a dead baby a monkey, calling women roaches. Like, this lady just says crazy things. Like, these are some of the things I'm talking about. Like, what other woman do you guys know wouldn't have been canceled for less? You guys remember Chrisette Michele? She was canceled for simply singing at Donald J. Trump's election, and she could never hear the end of that. But this woman right here, she's able to say some crazy thing, like wishing somebody's mom gets AIDS because she didn't like the article that they wrote about her and they used the clickbait title. I've never seen somebody be this different. I mean, be this wild or crazy about something like that, okay? And she meant that from her heart, and that's exactly how I'm gonna take it. This lady, allegedly, but I'm just gonna say from what I view, she really does display and exhibit erratic behaviors based on the way she reacts to situations that she doesn't view to actually portray her in the best light. She just goes off on a tangent, and it's quite scary to see the person that she becomes when she goes off on these tangents. I believe that if you are from a poor background, or you're from an impoverished background, or whatever you want to call it, that doesn't excuse your behavior. That doesn't justify the means of you being a terrible person who says disgusting things to people whenever they feel like it, regardless of if the person picks on you. Let me tell you something. I haven't lived that long. Cardi is not that much older than me. And one thing for sure and two things for certain, I would never say this type of stuff to anybody that makes me angry. Like, I would have to step back and think to myself, is this normal behavior to wish something on somebody? Is this normal to talk about dead people? And no, it's not. I'm sorry, it's not. You cannot excuse it, no matter how you try and slice it and dice it. If it was somebody else, she wouldn't have seen the light of tomorrow. She would have not, like, DEAD or anything like that, but they would have canceled that person so hard she wouldn't have been able to bounce back. And Cardi, I just don't know how you have this much time and energy. Every time you go off, you look like you're going cray-cray. I'm sorry, you just look like you're fueling off of something. I don't know, but with the money and affluence, Cardi's behavior has yet to evolve and become better. Even after pleading guilty to the assault case, even after writing that little statement talking about, oh, decisions from the past have come back to haunt me, even after losing money from Call of Duty, even after all of these things, this woman hasn't learned. She's not a changed person. I just feel like she says whatever that suits her, and she always feels the need to outdo somebody that does something wrong to her. And it's like, it's not the way it works, man. When somebody tells you to be the bigger person, that means be the bigger person for your own mental sanity. Be the bigger person so you're not online looking like the crazy one. In her last Twitter beef with Akbar, Akbar got you, baited you, and now you're in a situation again where people are calling you out for speaking on the dead and speaking on somebody's mothering, and basically speaking on things like and showing things that are disgusting. Like, what are you doing, Cardi? I'm starting to truly believe that you have no PR team. You just get on whenever you feel like it, and you just do and go as you please, which is not a good thing, by the way, because you are too big of a star to not be able to reel it in. Cardi, you gotta reel it in for your own mental sanity. Please log off when you actually say you're gonna log off, but I know it won't last because it's you. You just have to always get the last word in. You just always have to be right, and that's gonna be to your downfall because nobody's always 100% right. Cardi B is a case of where you've been given so much so soon and so fast that you don't know what to do it, and you don't know how to handle the pressures when it comes for you. I just wish her the best of luck. I wish that her reasoning skills were at a level where she wouldn't do stuff on the impulse and just go, and she would pretty much sit back, think about it, and just come back later to it. And if it's still bothering her, if she reaches out and the person is giving her a hard time, she can just let it go and be like, yes, I've tried my best. But like, Instagram, Twitter is not your friend, Cardi. It is really not your friend. So you guys tell me what you think about Cardi B. Is she here to destroy the black community with her trash music? Is she a problem for the black community? And is she excused for every little thing that she does? So you guys let me know in the comments section below. And as always, it's been fun, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Please don't forget to like this video, subscribe, comment, and share. Peace.